Hi, Dr. Emily here. So, some people ask me, what do you have for breakfast? And this has evolved over the years. I've done lots of different things, but this is what I'm currently doing. Mostly as a quick thing and something to get in various supplements in an easy way. And also because I'm working on balancing my hormones naturally with some different seeds and supplements, as you'll see. So I'm going to be making a shake this morning, and these are the various things that I'm going to throw into it. It might seem like a lot of things, but I assure you that this is actually pretty quick. So we're going to do, and I use only reverse osmosis water, and so you always have to add the mineral drops back into it because that takes all the minerals out along with all of the impurities. It takes all the good stuff out, so you have to add the good stuff back, and this right here is nice for that. This is my most favorite green supplement, and it has a lot of really wonderful superfoods in it. It is completely sugar-free. It's sweetened with stevia. It's quite sweet, actually. It is definitely the best tasting thing that I have found out there. This guy is Phosphatidylcholine. You can also use lecithin. This is just basically a concentrated lecithin, concentrated for phosphatidylcholine. And the reason why I take this is because I have a lot of genetic polymorphisms that predispose me to Alzheimer's disease, and I don't process choline that well. I'm also mostly vegan, and so I don't get a lot of choline in my diet otherwise. And so choline is extremely neuroprotective. It helps keep the brain working really nicely, really efficiently, and so it's just very important for my particular body. I will talk more about genetic polymorphisms in another video. And then moving on to the macronutrient and hormone balancing aspect of this shake. So this is chia and hemp seeds, and these are nice, big, inexpensive bags of organic stuff from Costco. Good pricing there, and these are for both their macronutrient and their essential fatty acid hormone balancing aspects. And so this is the first 2 weeks of the menstrual cycle, doing 2 tablespoons of each of these, and that gives a nice dose of protein and fat as well. So this shake will actually be quite filling. And then the Maca, Trader Joe's, perhaps not the best, highest quality ever, but it is organic, and taking it in pretty high dose. I'm going to add a teaspoon of this. Does add a nice hormone balancing effect to the shake. And then I have this spirulina powder that I really need to use up. It's not the best tasting stuff in the whole world, but with all this other stuff in there, it's not going to be noticeable, and it is extremely nutritious, extremely high in chlorophyll, very detoxifying. And then we have our frozen organic blueberries. Again, high, very nutrient dense food, very low sugar. I am doing a no sugar detox right now, hopefully forever, and it is definitely an addiction of mine. And organic blueberries are one of the highest nutrient, lowest sugar fruits out there, and they make it taste super yummy. And also, another note. So, the smoothie thing, should you have a nice ice cold smoothie every morning? Well, something that a very wise Ayurvedic doctor once told me is nothing old and nothing cold. And honestly, if you follow this for the rest of your life, you'll probably avoid a lot of major health issues. And so the goal of adding the frozen is not to get this cold, but simply to get it to room temperature, maybe ever so slightly cooler than room temperature, but not any colder than that, because any colder than that has a big ding on digestion. And different constitutions do differently with different temperature things. I tend to be mostly pitta, which if you look up Ayurvedic constitutions online, you will find out what that means. So I can handle a little bit of cold more than other constitutions, but not too much, especially in the middle of January. So stay tuned. I'm going to whip this all together and show you the end product. All right, so hopefully nobody's cursing me yet for not having a tripod. It's on the way from Amazon. So I figured some of you might want to know dosing on this stuff, so I'm going to film that part too. So we've got already in here 2 tablespoons each of the chia and hemp. Chia will gel once it's been sitting in water for a while. Just FYI, you want to make sure you've got your water already in there in a pretty powerful blender. If you leave the stuff sitting around, it will turn into a lovely gel, which is really great for your intestines, but can be problematic if you don't have enough water. Okay. So this phosphatidylcholine, it does turn weird and gloppy, but I promise that's a scoop. And another benefit of using a powerful blender, it chops all the chunks up and makes it not have a weird texture. We've got a scoop of the grains first, and then I'm going to do a teaspoon of maca and a teaspoon of spirulina. And then as far as the trace mineral drops, I'm not super precise with this. It's about half a teaspoon. And we've got a 1/2 cup of blueberries. The other benefit to using frozen blueberries over fresh, well, A, it's cheaper, which, you know, berries get expensive. The other benefit is that you actually get more of the nutritive value out of frozen berries, because when something's frozen, it shatters the cell wall, which makes the nutritional aspects more bioavailable. So somewhat counterintuitive, it is actually better in some ways to get the frozen version. Okay, so now I'm going to put the lid on this thing and put it over here in my very lovely Ninja blender, which I really dig this blender. It's a lot cheaper than some of the other high-end blenders, but it's quite powerful, and it has all these different attachments to it. I really like the small one for the ease of cleanup for a single serving smoothie. Alright, so how long do you need to blend this thing? Well, this is going to be loud, so I'm going to say it first. You blend it until it's blended. I mean, it doesn't, for this blender, it's pretty quick, maybe 30 seconds to a minute. The longer you blend it, the warmer it's going to get. I don't like things to be chunky, so I blend it until it's smooth. If you have a less expensive blender, it'll take a little longer, but to taste. Now, this last step is, of course, optional, but to me, perhaps the most important, which is making an offering to the divine as a thanks for this blessing of this food. And try to clean that up a little bit before I do that. As you can see, it's quite a gorgeous color from the spirulina and the blueberries. And I'm going to offer this and then partake. So here's the end product. It's quite beautiful and quite delicious. Perfectly room temperature, not too hot, not too cold. And the ideal thing for the follicular phase of the menstrual cycle to balance out the estrogen. So whether you're low estrogen or estrogen dominant, this is a great detoxing, liver happy, hormone happy, thyroid happy shake that will keep you going for several hours. And you can substitute different kinds of seeds. So if you Google seed cycling for hormone balance, you'll find different recipes. I'll put a link in the comments below so you can see some resources for different seeds. And then there's different seeds for the luteal phase. So that's the progesterone phase. You want to be doing progesterone friendly seeds during that time if you're needing to work on hormone issues like I am. So this is great for acne, for any kind of hormone imbalance. It's very gentle. It's deceptively simple, but extremely, extremely effective. So the second phase can be sesame and sunflower. That's commonly done. There are other things as well. I'll get some more recipes to you at some point later. In the meantime, be well. Almost forgot the requisite please subscribe to my channel clip. Here it is. Please subscribe to my channel. I think you'll find that it will be a wealth of tips and tricks that I've learned along the way on my own healing journey, which I will share in more detail at another time. I've been in practice for 13 wonderful years and have picked up a few things along the way. Please visit my website, nurturingnaturalmedicine.com. You can learn more about my practice, and if you have an interest in becoming a client, that information is there as well. So, upcoming videos will feature such topics as foundations of health, things that are helpful for everybody for having optimal health. I'll also be featuring some specific condition-related videos, and if there's something in particular that you have interest in seeing, please comment below, and I'll consider adding it to the library. Thank you so much for watching.